Now this is a story all about how our ad revenue got turned right upside down, and I'd like to be taking a minute to just sit right there. I'll tell you how the channel nearly died and where we go from here. Hi, this is an update video and I'm not good at them and you're seeing my face, and that's rather rare unless you watch the streams, which most of you really probably shouldn't because they're not good. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that, we're here to talk about the adpocalypse and how it's affected our channel. We're here to talk about how Google losing $700 million naturally affected the content creators. Some people lost 20 to 30%, maybe even 50. We only have 20%. Here's a bar graph. That was a couple of months ago. On the left-hand side, I'm literally pointing the wrong way. Cameras are flipped. Fuck it, whatever. God damn it. It's on one side, the left side. It's the good side. And yeah, we're on the other one. We are not making enough to pay the editors and myself. We were once making enough to be able to pay them comfortably 3 times over. 2 times over. Wait, what's their pay now? Yeah, their current pay, 4 times over. Their previous pay, 2 times over. And since the awful changes of the YouTubes, it's not their fault. You shouldn't blame YouTube. It isn't their fucking fault. They have got their back put to a wall. I know everybody likes to book YouTube as the victim. It's fun. It's fun to have a victim and an easy one to blame, but it ain't them. It isn't even Wall Street Journal. This is just a situation that was somewhat inevitable. The censoring, the whatever the fuck, the more professionalization of this bloody platform. Even though, you know, this isn't exactly all too professional, but you know what I mean. Like the more there are more rules thing was inevitable. It happening like this in the form that it has, affecting the people the way it has, not cool. But you know, there's no one to really blame. No one's the villain in this. I know Wall Street Journal's the fucking picturesque villain of this situation. Feel free to blame him. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But anyway, point goddamn is, Brett likes to ramble about things that aren't not being able to make enough money to live. Who'd have thought it? YouTube revenue is not making enough to pay the editors. And as said, there were once 3 of them, there's now only 2. A month ago, I unfortunately had to let one go. It's not fun, believe that. It's really not fun letting someone go that was, like, once your friend, and this has just made everything fucking terrible, and we've drifted because of it, because, well, I mean, like, yeah, fucking, how couldn't it? But, if you watch the Resident Evil videos, Resident Evil 7, because I just realized 4 existed, and that got promptly dropped, because fucking 7 was out. I'm an idiot. Jack, from that episode, from that series, excuse me, unfortunately had to be let go. He was the most qualified, he had more opportunities to get work, thankfully, and he has an editing job. If this is revealed, don't know, but it's not exactly a secret as far as I'm concerned. He's working for True Talent. He is now an editor for him, on and off. He does the highlights, I believe. Yes, I don't believe that is true. I'm just not sure if he's doing anything else. So thankfully he got a part-time editing job at least, so he landed on his feet to an extent. It's not the best, but it's funny because he now has a more stable job doing that than he would here. And I also had to reduce the pay of the current editors, and yet despite doing that, still not making enough to survive. Literally, current revenue, again, show the bar chart, it's not good. That's not enough to just pay them. If that low line were to just extend for a month, that's not enough to pay them. Never mind, like, my mortgage. Me, best person in human land, managed to put a deposit down for a mortgage for a house a couple of weeks before this happened. Timing. Timing is my forte. So, as you've likely noticed already, there's been a bunch of videos on the channel, which is very good. It's very good for you, I imagine, because you have things to watch. You have stuff, as opposed to the past 5 months, where there's been, like, close to nothing, because Brett is a bipolar depressed fucking idiot that really can't find motivation. And you know what, believe it or not, when you're making not enough money for the tax man, when he comes a knocking expecting a 5-figure sum, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, sir, my hands are tied, the YouTube ain't paying me no more, the advertisers ran away, and I do not know what they will come back on Wednesday. And then, you know, I'm fucking in prison because I didn't pay my taxes. That's motivation to get shit done, believe it or not. One way or another. And to explain myself, like, I've always treated this as a passion first, as opposed to a company, because, well, a business. It is a company. And it is a business. But, you know, I've always wanted to treat it as a passion first, and I've always wanted to make each video unique, and not formulaic, and not repetitive, and tedious. And I'm sure people will be like, well, it's not, but maybe I'm just an overthinker, or maybe you're wrong, it's one of the two, I'm probably an overthinker. I'd like to think I'm an overthinker, because then the content's good. But I always had that worry. So, like, regular content was always a tough thing for me to do. Regular content was always, like, a real big hurdle for that exact reason. And now it's like, well, fuck what I want, because there are 2 of the people that again, previously 3, but there are 2 other people now that are relying on me to make enough money to be able to make this work. And I have to make decisions based on that, as opposed to what I would like to, which is, you know, the creative stuff and the giving a shit. And I do give a shit for many reasons now, differing ones, and the differing ones take priority. Paying my editors and my friends, the people that I roped into this, the people that I wanted to provide a comfortable living for that I could previously and now can't. I've got to make changes. And as I said, like, on the surface, that's more content views, that's a good thing, but I'm just so worried about, like, the quality going down and you just realizing, oh, this guy's now fucking funny and leaving. I don't know. I'm a natural worrier, to be fair. So, of course, you know, I'd be a little bit more negative and pessimistic, but, the TLDR of the situation is, you've got more to watch, and I'm gonna do my fucking best to make sure that the quality of that maintains itself. Because we have a funnel system, Luke cuts shit down, Dave refines and adds stuff, and has a somewhat similar sense of humor to me, and actually ends up editing. Good English. Editing and adding. I mix words when my brain is stressed. Segments similar to mine. You've got a similar sense of humor, it was worked out pretty well. And then I have the final cut and get shit done. So, like this week, I have done my best to try and get ahead with work, and get videos out in advance. And have a backlog because we're moving house. We've been moving, as far as you guys are concerned, like for the past month and a half, because as far as I was concerned, it was always going to be next week or a month and a half, because the solicitors are like, it'll just be a week. And then that week comes and it'll just be a week. I never like hearing it'll just be a week, because if I don't hear a date, it's like, you're right, it will just be a week. And if you say this every day, you'll never really be wrong, will you? Like, it's the tomorrow syndrome. Every day is always tomorrow, so they're never really motherfucking wrong. But yeah, the move was always delayed, and again, and again, and again, for whatever goddamn reason, not that it really matters to you guys. So, between the stress of that and this, it's been a fun couple of months. It hasn't, though. But the point is, we are now going to be moving. I'm fucking falling for the trap again. Hopefully next week. This time they did give me a date, to be fair, and didn't just say next week. So yeah, I need to get ahead with videos so we've got stuff to go out. I will do my best, and again, I hope the quality doesn't fucking suffer because of that. I can't promise anything. I'll do my fucking best. I know it's only been Isaac for the past couple of days. Sorry about that. It's just what I had to work on and seemed like the easiest thing to do, because they were shorter and not, like, hype-oriented, i.e. like the Dark Souls thing that I wanted to finish off. So, yeah, I've taken a while to get to this bit, because I was like, I've been hesitant for years to open one and do it. I've been hesitant to announce it in this fucking 8-minute recording so far. Another one of the changes to try and survive. Oh, by the way, we got merch at pixelempire.com/TOG. Feel free to go do that, he said seconds before shilling something else. Like, I have trouble enough just shilling this shit. Get ready for this wonderful one. I've always been on the fence about this. Opening up a Patreon. We have one. There's the link. It's in the description, clickable. Or maybe it's clickable on annotations, or whatever the fuck it is. We don't even have annotations anymore, they got rid of those. It'd be an end card thing, I guess. I don't fucking know. The YouTube changed shit. Hey, annotations don't work on a mobile anymore, so we're gonna give you end cards, which can only be used in 20 seconds of the video. Never mind annotations that could be used throughout the entire time. What, you want that functionality? What are you, some kind of fucking idiot? Thank you, YouTube. They're not the villain, but they are stupid. So, yeah, we have that Patreon. It's open. I really don't know how to go about talking about it, because it's like, I've always felt somewhat bad about the idea of opening one, never mind actually doing it, but we're at a point where our back's up against the wall and don't really have all too much choice. I say that, like, assuming that this new schedule works out well, and ad revenue eventually comes back, we will not need it. But at this point, when realizing how much can be taken away from you for something you were not involved in, I mean, I know I make Hitler jokes, but I didn't make the Hitler joke that resulted in the cascade of garbage that we're now in and drowning in. I'm not blaming PewDiePie for that, by the way. I'm just saying simply, it's a joke about a joke that went wrong. You know, I had nothing to do with this, and yet my livelihood has been put in danger, and so have the editors, and everyone on YouTube, you know, it's like... So the Patreon now exists because of that. Sounds terrible, a safety net, so to speak. Like, for anyone who wants to support and make it so this can be a job for us, no matter what, you can. There are some perks on there, they're not that good yet. I mean, I will put time and effort into that shit. When we're moved. And I'll put time and effort into it now, like whatever perks are on there, I'll deliver on, don't worry. I'm not gonna bullshit you on that, I'm not gonna goddamn put that up there and then not deliver, I promise. But there'll be better ones, I guess what I'm saying, and there'll be a lot of thought put into it. I will care, as you promise. But it's not like I'm against Patreon as a whole. I just want to quickly discuss this so you know why I'm on the fence. Like, people do it well. Jim Acquisition. He's fucking perfect the way he does it. He's fucking fine. Chad Tronic uses it as a supplementary and a secondary and a tertiary reward system for his viewers and fans. It's fine and it works, and I'm not against the platform or the medium or the way of doing it. I just always felt bad about the idea of being paid by fans as opposed to just faceless advertisers, you know? Taking advertisers' money is whatever, I don't fucking know them. They're not even human beings, they're corporations. They pay people all the time. It always felt weird being paid by fans, you know? That didn't seem normal or something that I should do. Not that there's anything wrong about other people doing it, I just felt wrong about it personally, in my mind. It feels even worse, what with Twitch being what it is and the generous people over there. It's like I'm panhandling for even more, like, oh please, won't you give me... Like, it's bad. It's really fucking bad lately. Yeah. It exists. If you choose to do it, you're a goddamn saint. You're a patron saint. Fucking jokes. I really do appreciate it if you choose to. It goes a long way, more than you'd expect, more than you'd understand. Thank you very much if you do it. Don't expect you to, and just... sorry for fucking it being a thing. Yeah, I mean, in terms of... before I ramble a little bit and maybe slightly repeat myself, that's pretty much the gist of this video. YouTube has fucked us over more than I care to mention. Our livelihoods have been put in danger. We have to make some drastic changes, so expect me to shill merch a little bit. And now a Patreon exists. Also, I've just realised my room is in the background. It's a bit of a mess in the corner there. Oh well, fuck it. Who cares about professionalism? Not Brett, clearly. Maybe you don't hate me for the changes I've had to make. I hope the quality of the content maintains. I do promise to deliver variety, as said. It won't just be Binding of Isaac. And it clearly won't just be Dark Souls, as that's ended. Sonic will be returning. I'll be doing stuff. I do believe one of the Patreon perks is that you get to vote on like a monthly... I don't know if it's monthly, we'll see how frequently it ends up doing. You're able to vote on a painful series for me. Or not a series, or at least an episode monthly. Again, that's what I mean, I don't know what it'll be. How much, how often. But like, for instance, you can either decide to vote for you must fight these things with only your fists on the Dark Souls, or you must play I wanna be the guy. You get the idea, like the whole me playing a painful game is always funny to people, and I don't mind that, truthfully, especially if I'm giving you specifically what you want because you voted for it. So that's the thing, just an example, top of my head. So there'll be variety no matter what, if that goes through and is successful. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Thank you for putting up with this. Again, if you choose to support in any shape, way, or form, be it not watching with adblock, be it buying merch, be it by being a lunatic, donating through Twitch, or by being a lunatic and supporting us on Patreon, whatever it is, thank you, because you're not just paying me, you're paying the editors. You're keeping them employed in something they enjoy doing. You're keeping me employed in something I enjoy doing. Even if there's, like, no videos this year up until now, and it obviously looks like I'm a real piece of shit only putting out content when it's like, oh, the money's gone, as if it's only about that. But again, it was like I wanted to make content that was good. And I over-fucking thought it, I guess, and spent too much time worrying about it being good that I never stopped to fucking worry about how long I was spending on it. So... hey, at least the silver lining is, again, we have a schedule, you have content, you have stuff to watch. Even if it may end up getting worse. And I hope it doesn't, as I said. I'll stay up till 6 in the morning every goddamn night if it... well, morning. If it means the quality maintains, I'll do my best. I don't want it to be formulaic. I don't want to fall into a goddamn pattern and just make the same jokes over and over again. And I'm worried that I already have. But yeah. Also, I'm aware I look like shit, by the way. I'm a mess. I don't care. It's just, this isn't oh, he must be depressed. Look at that man. He hasn't shaved in forever. I just can't be asked and I'm lazy as fuck. So yeah. That's it. There's the Patreon. There's merch. There's the thing. There's now videos. Thank you for putting up with this. If you choose to support in any shape, way, or form, you're a doll, or you're an action figure, you're a fucking claymation, Cheers. Thank you for putting up with this awful video. Promise there won't be more updates that are terrible and not entertaining at all. Oh, there's a VidMe channel. There you go. There's something I should have remembered. Yeah, another video platform that isn't going to die. Even though YouTube won't die, because it's the only primary video platform, so it will survive and we're fine. Go watch the VidMe thing. There'll be a few things on there that are exclusive. I will be uploading episodes I'm especially proud of on there, i.e. anything Dark Souls. Just at least that's clearly what you'll see if you go there now. There's no Isaac on there, not because I think it's shit, it's just I'm aware it's not stellar content, and I want the standout stuff on there if I'm just going to upload the same thing from YouTube to there, because why would I bother just putting all the Isaacs on both when they're only going to be watched on one? But there'll be highlight stuff, the behind-the-scenes stuff, just things that didn't make the cut or we couldn't find a place for. They'll end up on there. And yeah, I believe that's it. That's it. That's like the 10th time I've said that. Sorry, I never know how to end these things. I'm fucking terrible. I have short-term memory loss, and I've recorded this like 3 fucking times because I always fucking forget what I've just said, so I repeat myself for hours on end, but I believe there's a little bit less of that, so at least this will be the one that I use. Thank you for putting up with me. It's a very hot summer's night. It's midnight. The editors are currently sleeping comfortably, I hope. And I'm gonna edit this. And maybe a Dark Souls, so you have something to watch. I hope the content doesn't suck. I hope I'm moved in a week. I hope the ads come back. Appreciate you for putting up with this shit. You love you lads. Signing off and see you tomorrow. Or maybe I'll kill myself and you'll never see me again. I'm kidding. I won't do that. I'd never leave you. I'd never leave you hanging like that. I will give you content forever and always. Even if it makes me, like, not sleep. Ever.